Hey, Ashley. Thanks for your very clear and concise definition of telehealth, as well for your wonderful explanation of different types of telehealth visits. You made really great points about the benefits of both the patient and the healthcare provider that are offered by telehealth implementation. I was struck by the anecdote about your father, though, simply because it's not something that I've ever really had to take into consideration. It, of course, stands to reason that if we as nurses cannot practice in a non compact state, then there should be regulations around where and how a doctor can provide care as well. With relation to geographic location, it's just something that I hadn't really thought of. In my research, it seems that this is an issue that's been debated by physicians, legislatures, and healthcare system stakeholders for long since before COVID 19. A 2021 article I found in the New England Journal of Medicine posits that there are four differing reform proposals to alleviate the challenges faced by doctors and patients with regards to out-of-state telehealth visits. A compact agreement similar to the one that we use as nurses in West Virginia would function much the same way ours does, making getting a license in another compact state much easier. Reciprocity is another proposal where states would automatically recognize the licensure of a physician from another state into their own home state. A third proposal is to change the legislation surrounding how a license can be used to practice medicine, and this one I think is really interesting, to be based on the physician's physical location instead of the location of the patient. Finally, the most sweeping proposal would be to federalize the licensure of the physician themselves. All of these options have inherent benefits and drawbacks. However, there's no question that the benefit of telehealth services throughout the COVID-19 pandemic has altered the landscape of medicine to the point where these concerns absolutely must be addressed. A 2020 journal article entitled Telemedicine, the Current COVID-19 Pandemic and the Future, a narrative review and perspectives moving forward in the USA, quite a mouthful, offers qualitative support for the idea that telehealth is here to stay, and also does a really good job of explaining why it is only now that telemedicine is finally taking hold in our country. The next obvious hurdle is the licensure issues that you mentioned, Ashley, and it's these issues that are probably going to need to be addressed sooner rather than later to continue moving forward with telehealth. So that's pretty much all. It just was a interesting kind of line of thought that you put me on. So thanks for the interesting response and the anecdotes. I'm really glad to have dug into this a little bit. Hope all's going well for you and you have a good week.